Now, the first step to this very easy pocket placemat is to cut out your placemat from a fabric of your choice. I chose this chambray here. I like the weight. It's light enough if I wanted to tie it up as a place setting, I can, but it's also heavy enough that it's going to sit flat somewhere. But anyway, you could pick pretty much any fabric that you wanted to, that inspires you. I like denim because it's like a pair of jeans. Anything you put with it's gonna look fantastic. I used this dollar store placemat, so I just kind of used it as a guide. I didn't measure anything. I cut around the edges. I did want it to be just a little bit wider this way, so I left a little bit of extra room. Also, when I wash these, I want it to get that nice jean denim frayed look. So I did kind of want to allow for a little bit of that, so because that would kind of shrink the size down a little bit. I have old pockets from jeans. These are Papa's jeans that Nana gave me. I've been collecting them for a couple years now. They're so cute and usable. So I cut off the pockets and I've been saving them. I think they could make little wallets or purses. So someday my daughter, I've kind of been keeping some of them for her to play with. But for now, I thought they'd be really fun to put onto the placemats and then put your silverware or napkins or anything else that you want to inside. But I don't want every placemat to be exactly the same. I think it would be fun to mix it up. So I have some carpenter pockets, and then I have just random pockets with different shades that will pop out. I think that'll be really fun too. So anyway, take your pockets, and now we'll do the very little sewing that I have to do for this. I have my fabric. I've adjusted my tension because apparently one of my kids got a hold of my machine and it was really off. But now I'm just going to, I want a pretty big side there for when it frays. So I'm going to line it up where I like it. And then I am going to try to sew with a tripod between me and a sewing machine. But other than that, I'm just going to do a stay stitch all the way around the outside. Now I'm going to pin my pocket on. I'm going to use a plate to kind of get an idea of positioning it. I think I like it right about there. So if you're using a little bit bigger, larger plate, you could. With this pocket, I'm actually going to sew along the top here because I don't really care about that little teeny tiny triangle area there. But I'll have the ability to put things in this pocket or this pocket. So I am going to sew a square. This pocket you would want to sew around this side, and then you would want to hand sew this portion right here, or you could have cut up a little bit higher, but I pre-cut these before I knew what I was going to do with them. But anyway, if you wanted to cut off a little bit higher, then you could actually sew along there onto the back of your fabric. Because I cut that part off already, I'm just going to hand stitch this part right here to my fabric. But don't sew your pocket shut or you won't be able to use it. It's now sewn on, and I'll finish up sewing the rest of them, and then I'm going to wash them all so I get a nice unraveled edge here, and I'll show you what it looks like. I made my placemats for a Mr. McGregor's Garden Easter theme, and I just love how they turned out. After I washed them, I dried them, and they're a little bit frayed around the edges. In the pocket, Mr. McGregor's pocket, I have the utensils wrapped in an orange napkin with some paper on top to make it look like a little carrot, with a nice little container for some almost no spill. I don't know that I'd test it too much for children. But as I was building this and putting all this together, I was thinking of so many ways that you could use these, and I will show you a couple that I've thought of. Here's an idea for a Mother's Day brunch. Fun little napkin. And then in the pocket area, I have this silverware with a little bit of a flower of some sort, and then some seeds for Mom to grow later. If you like to serve buffet style or you're at a picnic, I have it all bundled together so that you can just pick up your serving pieces. And I have inside the napkin some silverware, and if it's a 4th of July picnic, you can go ahead and take your flag. That way it's all portable. And finally, a placemat for the ladies. Here I have the silverware in the pocket with a little bit of lace embellishment on it. Now, I think if you used a more feminine pocket, I used men's pockets because mine are for a garden children's theme. But I definitely think if you used a female pocket here, something that had a little bit more embellishment or bling on it, it would really add to the fun, casual yet blinged up female effect. And then here I just have some bracelets that I wrapped and used as my napkin ring. They can also be party favors later.